Hello, welcome to the Stanton Parks Master Plan Workshop Presentation number 3. My name is Zachary Meeting, and I'll guide you through tonight's video. The purpose of the Parks Master Plan is to develop a guide and an implementation tool for the management and development of parks and recreation facilities here in the city. Most importantly, is this guide will be based on local needs of the community. It will offer recommendations specific to the community of Stanton. The process involves 5 steps. First, getting a lay of the land, looking at the inventory of the existing conditions in both facilities and programs. Next, we'll go out to the community in an extensive engagement effort where we'll listen to the community's voice, their wants, and their needs. After we've collected those 2 pieces of information, we'll conduct a needs analysis to see what exists and what is still desired within the community. Finally, that will give rise to our recommendations, followed by funding and implementation. The timeline for the project is estimated around 12 months. We're currently here in November developing Workshop 3 Community Outreach, listening to your voice. We'll continue with our outreach as well as reporting periods into 2023. As part of that background information, we also look at the community demographics. In 2022, the population was recorded as just over 38,000. We see the highest age range of that population being between 35 to 64, coming in at 39%. We also look at that average in relationship to the county standards. The county age ranges for youth is lower than the city of Stanton. Also, inversely, there are less seniors in the city of Stanton compared to the county average. This is just one tool that we look at, not the end-all results, but it gives us an idea of what programs and facilities should be geared to the community that represents Stanton. As we conduct our inventory of parks and facilities, we'll look at their location, their condition, what amenities exist within the parks. Currently, the city has 9 parks, 2 public splash pads, as well as 4 community and recreation centers. The location of parks distributed throughout the city is as important as what amenities exist within those parks. We'll compare the community input we receive, where it comes from, as well as where those parks and facilities are located. We'll also take a look at some of the surrounding facilities just outside the city border to ensure that there are no competition of recreation facilities, but there are facilities accessible to everyone. Another aspect of the inventory is to look at the programming. What programs are available to the community during what times of the year? How effective are these programs? Are they attended well, or are there other programs that the community might want? Next, we come to the extensive community engagement, the most important part of the process, your voice. We'll go through stakeholder interviews, 3 community workshops, both in person and online presentations. We have a dedicated project website, as well as we'll be incorporating the statistically valid multimodal survey that was conducted earlier during the process. Some of the information we've collected to date include 7 stakeholder interviews, over 1,000 website views, 10 feedback submittals online, as well as 51 completed surveys for Workshop 1, 40 completed surveys for Workshop 2, and 400 completed multimodal surveys representing over 1,300 residents. Sharing some of the information that we've collected from the stakeholder interviews, we've heard items such as parking improvements, additional parking, shade throughout parks, as well as restroom improvements and fitness center elements. As part of the statistically valid multimodal survey, we looked at the information that was collected. We found 42% of participants said that homelessness is the most important issue the city is facing currently. We also heard that 32% of the respondents get their news and information from the city through the city website. 47% of respondents would like to see parks improved and expanded throughout the city. As part of the multimodal survey, we also asked questions such as what recreation opportunities residents would like to see, as well as what programs they would like to see added or improved within the city of Stanton. Elements that we heard in terms of recreation opportunities included parks, open spaces, walking trails, sports fields, biking trails, exercise equipment, as well as arts and cultural experiences. Some of the program mentions that we had heard were youth sports, tutoring or educational opportunities, after-school activities for students, activities for older adults, childcare, teen activities, adult sports. Workshop 1 was conducted September 30th from 5:30 to 7:30 at Stanton Central Park, as well as an online survey that lasted from September 30th to October 16th. A total of 51 surveys were completed, and we look at the geographic distribution on the left-hand side here, representing residents from all across the community. Questions that were asked as part of Workshop 1 included: what are the community characteristics that make Stanton a great place to live, work, and play? What are some of the issues or trends that may be negatively impacting those community characteristics? And what role can the Parks and Recreation Department do to mitigate some of those issues or trends? Some of the top elements that we'd heard as part of the survey submitted include those community characteristics such as parks, the community itself, diversity, safety, and community events. The issues or trends that might negatively impact those community characteristics were identified as homelessness, perception of crime, safety concerns, lack of lighting, maintenance issues, as well as, in order to help some of those, we also heard developing a ranger program. When asked what Parks and Recreation can do, we heard community involvement and engagement as some of the top responses, having police presence or park ranger programs, safety, homeless programs, addressing concerns as well as issues of the community, and more staff and staff presence at parks. A second workshop was held on October 21st from 5:30 to 7:30 at Stanton City Hall. Again, you can see out of the 40 surveys that were collected, we have a good distribution of community respondents from all across the city. Questions that we'd asked as part of Workshop 2 were what park people visit the most. And we'd heard from the respondents that Stanton Central Park was the park most often visited. Stanton Park came in number 2, Harriet M. Dawson Park, Saguna Park, followed by Veterans Memorial Park. We also asked, why do you visit this park the most often? And what we'd heard from the community is through recreation activities like picnicking, nature viewing, dog walking were the most often reasons to visit these parks. Second most were playground play, as well as organized sports led by a coach or an instructor, self-led recreation, as well as proximity to the park, and then organized recreation classes and programs. As part of Workshop 2, we also asked what park feature or recreation facility you would like to add or improve. Out of the elements we heard, some of the top responses were pool, pickleball facilities, playground improvements, including lighting, a dog park, bike trails, as well as several others. The last question asked as part of Workshop 2 was what program, class, or activity or service you would most like to see added or improved. We heard yoga, youth sports, dance classes, robotics classes, a skateboard program, movies in the park, and Zumba, as well as several others. I encourage you to visit the website that has had over 1,000 views already. You can also continue to submit feedback comments on that website, whether you're in the survey period or out of the survey period at any point in time during the project. We'd love to hear your thoughts and ideas on the Stanton Parks Master Plan and what you see the future of Parks and Recreation becoming. If you're seeing this video as part of the survey process from November 19th through December 5th, I encourage you to click on the survey link down below in the instructions, or go to the website stantonparksmasterplan.com to take the survey and click on the feedback button and share additional thoughts and ideas you may have. Check the project website for future commission meetings in early 2023 as we continue to develop this project. Thank you for watching this presentation. I look forward to hearing your thoughts and ideas and seeing the future of Parks and Recreation in the city of Stanton.